It's me. Hey, welcome back, my beautiful people. Yes, 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 yes. Hey, how you doing? Hey, I know it's been a couple days, all right? I know you missed your boy, but hey, we back down like SmackDown. You already know. So before we get into this video, before we get started, hey, you know you got to do me a favor. All right, hit that like button, hit that bell button. All right, those two things. All right, and I got one more. Send this to your mama, your daddy, your best friend, friend of another friend, lit sister, lit Johnny, lit Timmy, and don't forget about little Susie. You know she just moved up the block. Send this to little Susie too, because you know she need these gems. You feel me? All right, Golden Gemz Media is right back at you. And hey, baby, we laugh, we laugh, we laugh. And before we get started, you know, I got to go and hit check and make sure we really laugh. All right, I got to make sure the audio is working. I got to make sure God is good, life is good. All right, I hope your life is going wonderful. I hope you doing good. And hey, I put the crown on today. So excuse the crown. All right, you feel me? You feel me? All right. But hey, I love you. I miss you. And hey, we back down like SmackDown. All right, so hey, make sure once again hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, send this to your mama, your best friend, friend of another friend, friend. You feel me? And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Make sure also, hey, we got a gems packed episode today. A gems with a Z packed episode today. So grab your popcorn, grab your snacks, grab you a little sandwich or two. You feel me? Go ahead and get yourself ready. Cause hey, these gems coming at you. All right. Hey, today we got a lot on the agenda, like I was saying, man. We got a lot on the agenda. Your boy has been living his best life, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I've been wanting to hop on here. I have. But I gotta protect my peace, man. Your boy has been at peace. Your boy has been living his best life. And hey, as you can see from the background, baby, we back on the road again. So hey, welcome back. You here with yours truly, Mr. Wilson. And the crowd goes wild. Oh my God. No, I'm just kidding. But nah, seriously though. Hey, you here back with yours truly, Mr. Wilson. And yeah, I know you miss him because I missed you too. But yeah, like I said, we back on the road, man. You see the background. Anytime you see this background, that means we on the road. We living our best lives. So yes, we on the road. We living our best lives. But you know, I couldn't go too long without seeing you. All right, I couldn't go too long without giving you these gems. What is he? You feel me? So hey, before we get started, all right, before we get started, just letting you know what we got going on today. All right, the first topic that we're gonna hit on, you know, I got to give you a little motivational talk because it's been a minute. And I know you need a little pick me up. You feel me? So you know, first things first, we're gonna get a little motivational talk going. Second things. Yeah, you get the point. Second thing on the agenda. All right, we're gonna get into a lot of college football, because if you couldn't tell, that week one, oh my goodness, Arch Manning, is he? Is he who we thought he was? Is Arch Manning is him? Is he him? Or is he not him? Or is he him? I don't know. You let me know. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna also get into Colorado. The Buffs. Yes. Are they in for a long season? Because Georgia Tech gave up 3 turnovers in the first quarter and still end up winning that game. We're gonna talk about it. Then we gotta talk about Alabama. And that boy Kellen, Colin, should I say Colin? Kellen? I might have to say Kellen because the way he been looking like a Kellen or a Karen. Anyway, but Kalen DeBoer, you might be up out of Alabama. We got to touch on that. You know, we got to talk about that. We got to talk about Bill Belichick. We got to talk about Bill. I'm sorry, Bill, you got to come to the podium. You got to come see me. All right, I don't really want to talk about you. I don't really want to do that to you, Bill, but we got to. So, Bill, you're gonna have to come see me. You're gonna have to come see your boy. All right, because what happened versus TCU? Yeah. I don't know if you over your head or not, but we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna discuss it. All right. Then we're gonna talk about Notre Dame. Notre Dame, in Miami. Hell of a game. Hell of a fucking game. Yeah, man. Hell of a game. That's all I can say. Before I don't even want to get into all that, but just know we got them on the agenda too. Then we got the NFL talk. We're gonna be talking about the Cleveland Browns taking on the Bengals. We're gonna be talking about the Cowboys taking on the Eagles tomorrow. We're gonna be talking about the Steelers taking on the Jets. We're gonna be talking about the Chiefs in Brazil. Doing what? The NFL trying to get that money. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. And then we're gonna also, last but not least, of course, we're gonna talk about Our Chicago Bears, my hometown city. I miss your Chi-town, but I'll be back soon. You feel me? Hey. I gotta buy me another property out there. All right, I'm gonna make sure I revisit the scene of the crime. You feel me? And plus, I gotta hop on that. I ain't gonna even talk about all that. But anyway, hey, without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so if you here for college football talk, you might as well, hey, go get your chips, go get your popcorn, go ahead, chill out for a little bit. Go ahead and get you some water. You feel me? If you just want to sit and you want to listen to me talk about college football, you might as well go ahead and get comfortable. You might as well go ahead, go get a few things. You feel me? Then come back. All right, because I got these gems. I got to get to my people. I always got to give you a little motivation before we get into everything. Come on now, you know how we do. So you know. Go ahead. If you want college football, go ahead. I'll see you in a bit. If you want to talk about the NFL and you want to hear me talk about the NFL, go ahead. I'll see you in a bit. But for my people who need a little pick me up, for my people who need a little motivation, for my people who just want me to go ahead throw some gems on them about life and about the resetting and the foundation building of life. If you want those gems, I'm here to give them to you. All right, so hey, let's go ahead and get right into it. The reset. Yes, the reset. Man. You got to understand, man. The reset, the reset, the reset is a part of life. Yes. What do I mean about the reset? If y'all really want the definition of reset, you can just Google it. But I'm going to tell you, resetting something, it just setting something back to where it was maybe 5 minutes ago, a year ago, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 months ago, 2 years ago. It don't matter. A reset is just rewinding and going back a little bit to where you were. And then, when you hit that pause button, or you hit that play button, excuse me, you're going back and you're going right off into the sunset. You feel me? So understand this, y'all. Understand. When you reset in your life, when you're getting your foundation back, when you're getting the pieces and putting them back together, you feel me? You got to understand, man, hey, that's a part of life. Just like I talked about last week, I talked about the journey of life. You feel me? And how we all go on our different, journey avenues, and how we all got a separate story, and we all got a story to live, and how you should embrace your story. You should embrace your journey. You feel me? Live your life with a purpose and go after that purpose and figure out what your purpose is. So on top of that, man, you got to understand, when you reset your life and when you have set a foundation, you can be just fine. Building a foundation is probably one of the key things in life when you go to reset and kind of restart a little bit. So what do you mean by that, Mr. Wilson? Understand, y'all. Hey, when you build a foundation, so when you let's just talk about it in, like, when you're working out. So say if I've been working out for maybe 2 or 3 months straight. I've been grinding. I've been working out Monday through Friday. I've been, lifting the heavy weights. I've been eating good. You feel me? Eating healthy, eating fish, rice. You feel me? I've been putting the good stuff in me. You feel me? I'm building the foundation, right? So with me building that foundation, you got to understand, man, your foundation is essential for you to eventually, get back to that level, that ground level that you built for yourself. So when you build that foundation, when you decide that, hey, I want this, I want that, and you go after this and you go after that, and you set a plan for yourself to go after this and then go after that, you building a foundation for success, man. And you building a foundation that's going to ultimately lead to your success and lead to where you want to ultimately go and where you ultimately want to be. So understand, man, for me, my foundation is crucial, man. Me and my foundation, like, you got to understand, I haven't been on here with y'all in damn near almost a year. And now I'm back consistent. Now I'm back giving y'all the videos. Now I'm back talking to my people. Now I'm back down like SmackDown. You feel me? Giving y'all what y'all need and what y'all want. So understand with that, man. You got to understand. It's a beautiful thing when you have a foundation that you can come back to. For me, I built a foundation here with y'all. I built up a ton of subscribers that I got to get y'all coming back to the table. I've built up a nice amount of, I want to say, equity as far as me investing in my lights, me investing in my studio setup, me investing in my property and things of that nature. Like, I built that foundation, and with me building that foundation, You got to understand it's a beautiful thing when you have a foundation built because guess what? If you have to reset, if you have to backtrack, if you have to go back, you can easily pick up back where you left off. And some people, when they don't have a solid foundation, when they didn't build a solid foundation, say if they took the easy road, right? And they just threw some money at something. And then guess what? When the money goes, you can't come back to it, right? For this, I built a foundation on YouTube with y'all. I built a foundation on Twitch. I built a foundation, with my social media following. I built a foundation, y'all. So for me in that foundation, I can always go back to it because I didn't build it overnight. I didn't build it with a hand, and somebody helping me. I built them by myself and I grinded day and night and I grinded hours. They say to be successful in life, you got to put 10,000 hours into something. Yes. So to be successful in life, they saying, and it's a saying out there that says you got to put 10,000 hours in to whatever craft it is, whether it's you grinding and you being on the baseball field trying to become, the next Babe Ruth, or it's you trying to be the next Kobe Bean Bryant. You feel me? When you attack that thing and you build that foundation and you build something that's really can just stand on its own two toes without you. Like for me, this podcast and this YouTube thing, the foundation has been built. I can come back on here when I want. I can pick it back up when I want. I can go off and live my best life and have a peace of mind and then come back here and see my beautiful people and have y'all still checking for your boy. You feel me? I built a foundation. You have to build a foundation, whether it's you building a foundation and being consistent for 6 months working out, whether it's you building a foundation and hopping on YouTube and posting videos for 6 months and then maybe having to take a little break because life got in the way, is you building a foundation. And with you building that foundation, you got to understand, man, it's yours. So keep building it. You ain't going to always get to where you want to get to overnight, man. Overnight success is only for the birds, man. Overnight success is only a myth. Overnight success only happens to 1 in a million people. And trust me, you might not be that one or you might not be in that million. You feel me? So understand when you build that foundation, when you grind and really work hard for the things that you want, and you have that solid ground that you now can stand on. Guess what? When life gets in the way, when you've been up here and you got to get knocked down a little bit, guess what? That foundation is still right here. So you ain't gonna get knocked down below that. So if you get knocked down, just know that you're gonna get knocked down back on that foundation. So you're gonna be able to build your way back up. You're gonna be able to get the success. You're gonna be able to get to where you want to get to. You feel me? So understand, man, life is a beautiful thing, and you have to understand with your life specifically, man, hey, you just got to go for it. If you go for it, if you want it, hey, anything is possible, man. Anything is possible in the world. You just got to trust where you're headed and where you're going. You just got to believe in where you're headed and where you're going. And you just got to have a little faith. And it's a little saying out there that with faith, anything is possible. With God, anything is possible. God can make the impossible possible. So I need you to start believing in your foundation. I need you to start putting in the groundworks for you to build that foundation. So that way you can build yourself up and you can reach the heights that you ultimately want to get to. You feel me? It ain't gonna happen overnight. Ain't no such thing as overnight success. And you shouldn't want no such thing as overnight success. You shouldn't want the quick money or the quick buck. You shouldn't want the quick fame or the quick dollar. You shouldn't want that because it's not going to be sustainable. Because when you get knocked down and you say if you don't have this strong foundation right here, you just got this. Guess what? When you get knocked down, you're gonna get knocked down below that. And then everything gonna fall apart. So with you being consistent, with you putting in at least a couple months, then let that couple months turn into 6 months, 8 months, and then let that 8 months turn into a year, 2 years. Who knows where you're gonna be? And that's like the same for me. At the end of the day, I know I gotta grind, man. I know it ain't gonna be handed to me. So guess what? You gotta put in the work, and I'm gonna put in that work. You got to be a go-getter and you got to want this thing. Because guess what? In this life, it ain't going to just be handed to you. In this life, you're going to have to take that. In this life, you're going to have to go get that. In this life, you're going to have to be the man or the woman of your own dreams. You feel me? Go after what you want, baby, and do what you say you going to do. No matter if you said it yesterday, no matter if you said it last year, last month, last week. If you said it for a reason. If you felt it for a reason. So why don't you go get it? What's stopping you? What's stopping you from achieving your goals? What's stopping you from achieving your dreams, and achieving the things that you say you want? Nothing. So go get it, baby. And hey, let the chips fall where they may. Because guess what? If you go for it, you might end up shooting for the stars. You might end up shooting past the moon. But guess what? You ain't gonna be on the floor no more. You ain't gonna be on the ground no more. You feel me? Because yeah, you started right here. You started on the foundation. You started laying the bricks. You started brick by brick, right? And you probably would have got up there. And say you get knocked down. That's life. You might get up here, then you get knocked down. You might get all the way up there, then you might get knocked down. Then you might get all the way up there. That's life, ain't it? Yeah. So hey, trust it. Trust that, hey, things ain't gonna happen when you want them to happen. Things gonna happen when they supposed to happen. You feel me? That's God's timing, and ain't nothing better than his timing. So who are you to not want to build your foundation? Who are you to not want to reset and reload? Because guess what? It's okay to reset. It's okay to take a step back. It's okay to go ahead and focus up and go ahead and say, you know what, I ain't where I want to be, but at least I built the foundation. At least I was working out for 2 or 3 months. At least I was eating healthy for at least 2 or 3 weeks. At least I got the foundation built. So now I can build on top of it. At least I started. So now I can pick up where I left off. You feel me? Because if you don't start, you'll never get anywhere. The hardest thing in life and anything that you want to achieve, the hardest thing in life to do is starting it. That is the hardest thing, I promise you. You picking up the camera and just saying, you know what, today I'm gonna make a YouTube video. You picking up, you know, the dumbbell, or you going to get a gym membership. Guess what? That's the hardest part of it. Because when you get that gym membership, you ain't gonna just let your money go to waste. You gonna, hey, let me show up tomorrow. Then let me show up the next day. Then let me show up the day after that. Right? So you got to understand, grind for the things that you want, work for the things that you want. It is time and it is your time. So go after it. Trust yourself. Trust in the big man upstairs and know that he going to lead you to that promised land. He going to lead you to where you ought to want to be. He going to lead you down the road of success. Anything that you want in this life, you can accomplish it. Anything that you want in this life, you can do it. Anything that you want in this life, I promise you, you're going to go get it. So be a go-getter. Be hungry for it. Be so obsessed with the journey, so obsessed with what you want. Let people think you're crazy. Let people think, oh, what is he doing? Let people think, oh, well, he started 3 weeks ago, but now he ain't even worried about it no more. He started, he had the foundation, but he ain't caring about it no more. He don't want it. That is fine. Pick up where you left off. You feel me? Let them doubt you. Let them see you stressed. Let them think you're down and out. And then come back full force. Come back saying, hey, yeah, you thought it was sweet? Yeah. You thought I was down and out? Yeah. Nah, ain't never that. So trust in yourself, trust in where you're heading, and trust in where you're going. I believe in you, but now you got to keep on believing in yourself. Anything that you want in this life starts with you building a foundation for yourself. It starts with you potentially saying, I gotta go ahead and take a step back. I gotta go ahead and reset a few things. I gotta go ahead and start over. And when you have the foundation, guess what? You don't gotta start all the way over. You just gotta pick up where you left off. Whether it's you picking up where you left off 3 weeks after you stop, a month after you stop, a year after you stop, 5 months after you start, who cares? As long as you pick back up, as long as you keep going after it. Because eventually you're going to get to your destination. Eventually you're going to get to where you want to go. But you got to trust it. You got to want it. It ain't going to just be handed to you. You feel me? So in this life, trust yourself. Trust where you're headed. Trust where you're going. Believe in the story, believe in the journey, and believe that you can go and achieve anything in this world. You feel me? So yeah, reset. Yeah, reload. Yeah, build the foundation. And then it's okay that you got knocked off your pivot. It's okay that life got in the way. It's okay. Because guess what? That's not just you it happened to. Life ain't just lifing for you. Lifing for everybody. Everybody got their own trials and tribulations. That's why I say anybody that come with me with excuses and talk about this and talk about that, I look at them and I say, hey dog, hey dog, hey dog. Excuses are like assholes. We all got them. They all stink. And none of us want them. Period. It be like that. So we ain't making excuses. You feel me? We ain't worried about the naysayers. We ain't worried about what Johnny say or let Joe say. We worried about what we say. What you gonna say about you? How do you feel about yourself when you look in the mirror? Do you think you're a bad? Or do you think, I don't know if I can do it today? Guess what? You can and you will. Guess what? If you believe and if you have faith, you can accomplish anything. You can do anything. I need you to trust it. I need you to go for it. I need you to say what you mean and mean what you say and let it manifest. Work for it. Earn it. Want to get it out the mud. Want to sacrifice for it. Because if you want to do those things, then you'll ultimately get it. You might not get it tomorrow. You might not get it next week. You might not get it next month. You might not even get it 6 months from now. You might get it a year down the road. You might get it 2 years down the road. You might even get it 3, 4 years down the road. But how bad do you want it? How much work are you willing to put in? You say you want it. So God gonna say, hey, all right, if you want it, I'm gonna give you the tools. I'm gonna supply you with everything you need. Show me how bad you want it. I'll make sure the universe get out your way. I'll make sure the universe can't touch you. I'll make sure everything that you need to go get that dream, to go get that goal, is there for you when you need it. So trust yourself. Believe in yourself. When you look in that mirror tomorrow, today, after this, say, I'm a bad mother. You feel me? And know that you been him. You been her. So tell everybody, stop playing with you. You feel me? Believe in yourself. Believe in where you're headed and believe in where you're going. Because I believe in you, baby. You feel me? Yeah, you feel me. All right. So now that that's out the way, I just need you to understand. Build the foundation. Reset when you need to. Love yourself. Love all of yourself. Love your flaws, your insecurities. Love everything about you. And go get what you say you want. Reset, reload, build that foundation. And you're going to be just fine. All right? You get me? Yeah, yeah. All right. Moving on, moving on. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Colorado. Mm-mm-mm. The Colorado Buffs. They took an L, man. They took an L to Georgia Tech. The score was 27-20. Deion. I can just imagine how you felt when you see your team go up and get 3 turnovers in the first quarter, and you only score on one of them drives. You probably thinking this might be one of them days. Colorado started off that game on fire with their heads on fire. Colorado was looking like them boys. I'm like, damn, hold on. Shador who? Travis who? You feel me? That first quarter, I was like, okay. You feel me? But then, them boys let them run for over 300 yards. Them boys let them. So the question I have for y'all, the question I have for Deion, and I know the answer because Deion, that's my guy. I know what it is, but I got to still ask the question. Is Colorado and Deion Sanders in for a long season? I think they're going to be just fine. Every team in college football for this upcoming week, I want to say, Power 5 school, every Power 5 school in college football this week got them a cupcake game. You know what a cupcake game is? It's a game where you just got to just roll out of bed and show up. That's it. That's all. The Colorado Buffs, they played Georgia Tech, and I knew that was going to be a tough first game. Excuse me. I knew that was going to be a tough first game for them. Deion Sanders and his boys, they came prepared in that first quarter, it looked like. But when you let a team go for over 300 yards, you let a quarterback do what he want, when at least when he was throwing it, but he ain't really even have to throw it. The guy had an interception and had like, bro, the first quarter, I'm thinking the game is over. I turned it off. I'm like, what I gotta hop on a pod for? This ain't no game. But lo and behold, Colorado, Coach Shermer, they couldn't really get nothing on going on offense. Coach Livingston, same problem showed up that was in the past 2 years at Colorado with that horrible defense. Them not filling the gaps, them not tackling, them basically not playing fundamentally sound football. I was disappointed. Not gonna lie to you. But within my disappointment, I had to understand that they're gonna be just fine. Within my disappointment, I had to understand that it's the first game of the season. Within my disappointment, I had to get the fact in my head that this is a team coached by Deion Sanders, a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest of all time. He gonna get them boys right. Them boys ain't gonna be in for a long season. Them boys gonna go ahead and get right. And when I mean get right, they gonna be just effing fine. Like Georgia Tech, they show resilience, they show grit, and to be quite honest with you, it's no way in hell that they should have won that game. There's no way in hell Georgia Tech should have won that game. But they did. So now Colorado, with them giving up over 300 yards, and Delaware actually beating, yes, Delaware actually beating Deshaun Jackson and his Delaware State team. They gonna be flying high. And then if they quarterback, who they backup quarterback, who they got to start this game because they first string quarterback got injured. If he come in and do what he did against Delaware State and Deshaun Jackson, now gonna be a long day for Colorado. But I believe with Colorado and the Buffs, I believe that they're gonna be all right. I believe that Deion Sanders gonna coach them boys up this week. I believe that last week was just a one-off. I believe that Deion Sanders gonna have them boys competing to go to the college football playoffs by the end of the season. From watching all these different games the first week, I learned that the NIL is real. I learned that at the end of the day, it's going to be a very, very difficult task for any team to really dominate this year in college football. I don't see no teams dominating besides Ohio State, maybe Penn State, depending on how they play this weekend. And honestly, that's about it. I mean, honestly, LSU looked great. They now rank number 3 in the country. And we're going to talk about them here shortly. But honestly, like, I really foresee this college football landscape being an even one. I don't really see anybody, being an Alabama. The Alabama of old with the Nick Sabans running everything, running college football, having that scare factor, having a team just come in fearful and not even want to play them. We're going to touch on them in Alabama and how that mystique is gone. We're going to talk about it. But with the Colorado Buffs, man, they're going to be all right. This week, like I said, there's a whole bunch of cupcake games. God dang, San Jose, the Texas Longhorns, we about to talk about them next. They finna be playing goddamn San Jose State. Easy goddamn money. Colorado Buffaloes, they playing Delaware. If the Colorado Buffaloes don't take care of business against Delaware, then next week I'm going to be singing a different tune. I'm just saying. But they're going to come through. They're going to do what they got to do. Deion going to have them boys ready. And I think a lot of them boys, they didn't know them lights was going to be that bright. A lot of them boys playing for the Colorado Buffs, they ain't know them lights is going to be that bright. And when the lights are bright, when they shining, oh, if you ain't ready for it, you're going to get exposed, my guy. So Deion had that talk with his team. And I'm sure he has some vets like Jordan Seaton, like a couple of those defensive backs that's been on that team for a couple of years. I know they had that talk with them, like, hey, these lights are bright. And guess what? When you don't play good, you got people like me that's gonna come on here and tell you that you didn't play good, that you better get back in the gym, that you better go ahead and get your head on straight because you playing for Deion Sanders. The lights gonna be on every single week. You feel me? So, hey, for the Colorado Buffaloes, you better go ahead and get right. or get left. You better go ahead and get it right or get replaced. You better go ahead and do what you gotta do. You gonna be sitting on the left bench or right bench, or you gonna be that kind of player that come up to the coach and he gonna say, "Hey, coach, can I get in?" No, get your ass back. Yeah. So which one you want? All right. But Deion, I know you're gonna get them boys right. I'm looking forward to this game versus Delaware. I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be tuned in just to see, and make sure y'all go in there and take care of business like y'all supposed to. I believe in you. I know what y'all gonna do. I know exactly what y'all gonna do. So I'm not really worried. I'm not worried at all. I believe in the Colorado Buffs. I'm gonna continue to believe in them. And hey, the sky's the limit. But now moving on. Arch Manning and the Texas Longhorns. Oh my goodness. Arch, you a Manning, dog. Was them lights too bright for you, Archie? Archie. Was them lights too bright, dog? Nah, I'm just playing. Arch Manning, he ended up going 17 of 30 with one touchdown and an interception. They played San Jose State. And I mean, no, they played San Jose State this week, but they played Ohio State for the first game. The score was 14-7. Hell of a fucking game. Hell of a game. The Texas Longhorns on offense, they couldn't do a goddamn thing. 3 and outs, interception. Like, I was at a loss for words because I was expecting a more like high fire game. I was expecting the score to probably be like 30 or 40 something, to 30 or 40 something. Like, I was expecting them both to reach past the 30s or 40. I was expecting both offenses to light it up and both defenses to, give up some scores. But the Texas Longhorns defense, to hold Ohio State to only 14 points, that's something to be wary about. The Texas Longhorn defense, they look fast, they look physical. They matched Ohio State's defense. Yes, Arch Manning, he didn't look that well. He didn't really do that good. I understand that. I respect that. But at the same time, with Archie, man, it was your first start. First start. This wasn't one of them cupcake games that you came in when Carson Beck got injured. I mean, not Carson Beck, excuse me. What was his name? God dang it. What was the quarterback name at Texas last year? Why am I drawing a blank? Somebody help me out. Somebody in the comments help me out. Help me out right now. Help me out. Help me out. What was the quarterback's name at Texas last year? Texas, wow. QB last year was not Arch Manning, but it was Quinn Ewers. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name, but Quinn Ewers, yeah. Quinn Ewers was a quarterback at Texas last year, and when he got hurt, Arch Manning came in and he shined. Arch Manning had no expectations when he came in and he took care of those cupcake teams when he played against them. Arch Manning came into this season playing Ohio State with expectations. I'm telling y'all, when you got expectations, baby, it's a different ball game. When you got expectations and you got a little weight on you, when you got people counting on you, when you got people taking that magnifying glass and looking at you, yeah, it's a little different. It was about, I want to say 24 scouts or however many NFL teams that was in the building for the Ohio State Texas game. Looking at both teams, because Ohio State, that defense is going to have probably at least 4 or 5 players probably going the first round. I'm not going to lie to you. And then on top of that, it's going to be a couple people on offense. Of course, that boy, that wide receiver they got, boy. Whew. That Smith kid, yeah, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. He probably going to be top 5. But just talking about Arch Manning, man, like at the end of the day, it was a lot of expectations for him to come out and ball. He didn't exceed the expectations. He didn't meet them. But I'm not going to write him off. He is still a Manning at the end of the day. He's still cut from that cloth. So you can't really say too much about that boy until we see some more games. This week, he better come out and light San Jose State up. San Jose State playing Texas. Like I told y'all, in college football this week, all cupcake games. All the Power 5 schools Of course, you're gonna probably come into the season playing a tough game, just like most of them did, right? And then you're gonna have a couple games in there where you playing cupcakes, where it's not really gonna be that tough a competition. And for Arch Manning, for him to play Ohio State in that first game, be under all that pressure, not do that well in some people's eyes. Now the pressure is kind of lifted a little bit because now you're playing a San Jose State team who we know y'all gonna dog walk. We know y'all a superior team. So Arch, go out there, put last week out of your head. I know you already did. Go out there and ball. I'm not writing you off. I believe that you still can be that guy. But as far as a Heisman candidate and all this top first round pick and this and that, like he got some work to do, dog. Because now Texas went from being ranked first. Now they're ranked what? Seventh. So you went from first to seventh. Let's see how you bounce back. But once again, you were playing to defend the national champions. You were playing an Ohio State team. Who's like that? Who's like that? And all these people that was saying, "Oh, Matt Patricia, it did this is Stefanski, not Stefanski. Oh man, Stark and all this." Like, I don't want to hit none of that. At the end of the day, Matt Patricia, yeah, he's a great goddamn NFL mind and a defensive mind in itself. You feel me? He's won Super Bowls and things like that with Bill Belichick. But dog, Arch Manning didn't show up. Period, point blank. The Texas Longhorns offense did not show up. Period, point blank. Ohio State showed that they were the more physical and superior team. Period, point blank. So they gonna meet again. I guarantee you that. Watch when the playoffs come. Those two teams are gonna meet again, and we're gonna see how it plays out. But moving on, moving on. All right, man. Alabama played Florida State. Woo, and it wasn't pretty. Alabama has lost its mystique. Alabama is not feared no more. Alabama does not have that boy St. Nick. And I foresaw this happening. I foresaw this coming down the pipeline. I knew that it was going to be like this. But did you know? Yeah, you did, because I think we all could have guessed it. For their coach, Kalen DeBoer, to come behind Nick Saban, for any coach coming behind one of the greatest college football coaches of all time, that's going to be a tough task. A real tough task. And for Alabama, y'all don't get the cream of the crop no more. And this is why you see in the video as well, we're going to discuss, is the NIL ruining college football? Or is it really just leveling the playing field? Because at the end of the day, everybody not just trying to go to Alabama no more. The playing field is level now. Kids gonna want to go where that dollar sign at. And then on top of that, guess who the new Alabama? Ohio State. Yeah, Ohio State. They're there. They're there. LSU. They're somewhat back, potentially. So Alabama, yeah, y'all gonna still get a couple 5 stars because you Alabama. You're gonna have the scouts there, of course, for the players who want to go there. They're gonna get their opportunities. You're still in the SEC. That's not going anywhere. But you won't be the Alabama of old. You now are 4-4 against ranked opponents since Kalen DeBoer has taken over. You lost to a Vanderbilt team last year who was sitting below the conference. But Vanderbilt, they came strong towards the end of the season. They did their thing. So Vandy, they going to be like that. They're going to be like that. So understand, y'all. Understand that it's going to be interesting, real interesting. And when I say real interesting, it's going to be real interesting to see where this Alabama team goes this year. I don't foresee Alabama really doing much. I don't foresee Alabama making it to the college football playoffs. I'm going to say that again. I do not see Alabama making it to the college football playoffs. At the end of the day, Alabama, y'all, you ain't the Alabama old man. St. Nick, good old St. Nick. He saw the writing on the wall. Good old St. Nick saw the playing field was getting leveled. Good old St. Nick saw that at the end of the day, things wasn't what they was, man. You can't get all the 5 stars no more. Because some of them gonna go to Texas A&M because they got that oil money. Some of them gonna go to Texas because they got that oil money too. Some of them go to Ohio State because they got that mystique back. Some of them go to LSU because that's wide receiver you. I'm just stating facts. Alabama, you went from being ranked number 8 to now being ranked 21st. Alabama. Deuces. Kalen DeBoer. Deuces. You lost in convincing fashion. You lost to Florida State. Don't get me wrong. Florida State, them boys look good. Miami, them boys look good. Florida Gators, boys look all right too. Them teams down there in Florida, they might be coming back. Them teams down there in Florida, they might be spinning the block. So good old St. Nick, he ain't coming back to save you, Alabama. Alabama, I think the writing is on the wall. Alabama, I think it might be over with for you. Alabama, unless you get Bill Belichick to come to your school next year and buy him out of that UNC contract, unless you go get a Deion Sanders and buy him out of that Colorado contract, unless you go get one of these top name head coaches in college football, or maybe a head coach that's coming from the NFL, I don't think Alabama's going to get back to what they were, man. Even in that game, Florida State's quarterback went 9 for 14. He didn't do too much. He looked explosive. His ass damn near looked like a Heisman candidate. If he can follow that up with a couple more good games, keep them in the running to make the playoffs, make some noise, because they look good. Florida State look good, dog. We'll see. But Kalen DeBoer, start packing your bags, my guy. Because we knew any head coach, any coach in the history of whether it's the NBA, the NFL, college football, whatever it is, any coach, head coach in particular, that follows another great head coach, if you're the second person to take that job, if you're the first person to take that job after that head coach has left, you don't really do well, my friend. So, Kalen DeBoer, I'm not saying you're a bad coach. Kalen DeBoer, I'm not saying that you ain't going to be a great coach eventually down the road. But, yeah, I got Vanderbilt coming up next week. And Vandy ain't going to play with y'all. They just beat y'all last year and had everybody storm the field. Don't let Vandy come in there and beat y'all. Kalen DeBoer, you might as well start packing your bags because if Vandy come in there and take care of y'all, if Vandy come in there and pull up a upset, because at this point, when you beat Alabama, I don't even think it's an upset no more. Nick ain't there. Alabama ain't got that mystique no more. So we gonna see, man. That's on the Florida State, though. They came, they saw, they conquered, and they took care of business because Alabama ain't the Alabama no more. And even their quarterback, what's his name? Tommy Castiello. I don't even know how to say his name, but that boy looked good. And he was talking ish before the game. He said that y'all wasn't the same Alabama. He went out there and proved it. Yeah. Alabama gonna have a long season. Kalen DeBoer, you better go ahead and start looking for another job. Moving on. Bill Belichick. I need you to come see me, my guy. Bill Belichick. Y'all got y'all ass railroaded. Bill Belichick, you had a home game in North Carolina where they said Michael Jordan was in attendance. They said this guy was in attendance. This person was in attendance. The stars is out. And y'all went out there and laid a goddamn egg. Don't get me wrong, though. That first drive, I was like, hold on. Bill might got him some. That first drive with that lefty quarterback, I don't really like lefty quarterbacks. But that first drive, he came out there and that boy was throwing dimes. But literally, after that first drive, I don't know what the hell TCU coach said to his defense, but it was all she wrote. After that first drive, Bill, you couldn't do ish. So it's Bill Belichick over his head with trying to coach the Tar Heels in UNC in North Carolina. I believe so. You can tell that TCU had more talent. And you can tell even that TCU might have been even a little bit better coached. I hate to say it. It's the truth. TCU, they looked like they was them. They looked like a team to fit. They looked like the TCU that maybe went to that national championship a couple of years ago. You feel me? But Bill Belichick, I think this is more on how your team came out and laid an egg. Bill Belichick, your quarterback, you took him out, rightfully so. Your quarterback went an hour, damn near. Y'all offense went an hour. I'm not even gonna say your quarterback. I'm almost blaming on the whole offense. The whole offense damn near went almost 2 hours without completing the goddamn pass. Y'all look fucking horrible. The defense, they let a boy go 75 yards untouched. You had your quarterback throwing pick sixes. I was disgusted watching that game. Disgusted. Because it's a Bill Belichick coach team. Yeah, you're under talent. Yeah. We know you don't really got a quarterback. We understand all those things, Bill. But your team looked very sloppy and looked very unprepared. Your team looked sloppy and unprepared, Bill. So, Bill Belichick, are you in over your head at UNC? Should you have accepted that goddamn job? You should be coaching the goddamn NFL right now, Bill. Probably your little fine thing girlfriend. I don't think she really fine. I'm sorry, Bill. I ain't trying to disrespect her. That's your wife. That's your girl. But it was probably her as that convinced you to take that Tar Heel job. Because you should be in the NFL being a head coach right now, Bill. Bill Belichick, I feel like you're selling yourself short being at UNC. UNC haven't done shit in football in years. Not in my lifetime. The last person who I knew was somewhat decent from UNC was Mitchell Trubisky, and he was ass. And then before that, it was Julius Peppers. And UNC, they had some, they didn't had a couple players. But goddamn, man. I was expecting Bill Belichick to go out there and really, do a little something. I was at least expecting his team to compete. His team didn't even compete. And that's what I had a problem with. That's a Bill Belichick coach team. And that's the one thing that they should do is compete. But it's different, Bill. You ain't coaching grown men no more. Men who's established, men who, they want that check and they want that bag. And at the end of the day, they're going to fall in line. And since you got Tom Brady over there in the cut, he going to make them fall in line. Bill Belichick needs a quarterback. Bill Belichick, are you in over your head at UNC? Yes. Should you have taken that UNC job? No. You should be coaching in the NFL right now. Bill Belichick, you are one of my favorite head coaches in the NFL history. And period. Just because I like what you stand for. I like how you coach. I like your demeanor. I like how you handle the press. on top of other things. Even though I give most of that credit to Tom Brady for a couple of them Super Bowls. But that's another topic for another day. We ain't gonna go there. You're still my favorite, Bill. So I ain't gonna write you off. But you shouldn't even be in USC. Because even when you took the job, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because you should be an NFL head coach right now. But that's another story for another day. You lost UNC, lost to TCU 48-14. UNC lost 48-14. A Bill Belichick coach team with his son being a goddamn defense coordinator let TCU, a team that Deion Sanders, with his first game coaching at Colorado, him and Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, that same TCU coach, and maybe a few of those players. Shedeur Sanders went in there and put a spanking on him first game of the season. Just throwing it out there, Deion Sanders led his team to a victory when they played TCU. I'm just throwing it out there. So, Bill, you need talent, you need a quarterback. You need talent, you need a quarterback. Next week, Bill Belichick, y'all got an easy task coming up. Yeah, goddamn fucking Charlotte. Bill, if y'all lose to Charlotte, I will resign. I will resign. You're saying, don't let it happen, Bill. Don't lose no goddamn Charlotte. I know y'all not because y'all the inferior team. Y'all got the more talent, and I think without being y'all first game, some of them players they probably wasn't ready for the lights and all that. But ain't no goddamn excuses, Bill. You let them put up 48 points. Come on now. I'm exhausted talking about this because I don't even think Bill Belichick should be coaching college football, but it is what it is. Hopefully, Bill, tell Michael Jordan to give you some more NIL money so that way you can go get some of the boys, some of the 5 stars, and help you out, get some talent over there. You feel me, Bill? But moving on, LSU, they played Clemson, and them boys look good. LSU, wide receiver, you. The boys look good. And if you didn't know, hey, SO to the first ever Golden Gemz podcast shirt ever made. You see the logo. The logo ain't changing, y'all. Right now it's Golden Gemz Media. Merch coming soon. But I forgot to show y'all this at the beginning of the video. But hey, SO to the Golden Gemz podcast, man. Gone but never forgotten. But even though hey, we still podcasting out here, so same thing, different day. I ain't changed the name yet, so we gonna see. We rebranding right now. You know, merch and everything like that coming soon. God gonna bless me with the funds here soon. So y'all be ready. You already blessed him with the funds, but anyway, that's another story for another day. But anyway, man. Anyway, merch coming soon, y'all. Merch coming soon. But I just had to, hey, first ever podcast shirt made. You know, it look crazy. It's faded as hell, but you know, I had to dig it out of the dresser, out of the drawer. So, you know, I had to go ahead and show myself some love, man. We've been a long time coming. But more college football talk. LSU, like I said, they beat Clemson last week. They're ranked number 3 now in the country, and LSU is a playoff team. LSU will be in the college football playoffs. LSU has a fucking hell of a wide receiver core, in my opinion. LSU, they look like I ain't gonna say they look like the LSU of old, because they definitely don't look like the LSU when they had Joe Burrow. That was something else with Jamar Chase. What? They ain't looking like that LSU. But for the most part, LSU, which our quarterback, Garrett Newsomer, I don't know how to say his name. That boy went 28 of 38 for 232 yards and a touchdown. QBR 82. That boy looked nice. Rushing, y'all did y'all thing. That boy Darham did his thing. Came in there, did what he was supposed to do. Wide receiver U, that boy Aaron Anderson, did his thing. LSU, y'all beating Clemson. That was impressive. Clemson now is ranked number 8. They playing Troy next week, so Clemson, they're going to go ahead and roller coaster them boys. And I can see Clemson. They look pretty good, though, because that was a hell of a game, regardless of anything. Both teams played well. Both teams played good. LSU and Clemson, both teams will make the college football playoffs. You heard it here first. LSU and Clemson, both teams will make the college football playoffs. Once again, you heard it here first. Clemson, that boy Dabo Sweeney, actually looked like he got his man right. That boy hit that NIL market just a little bit, but he's also has developed a ton of his players. And now some of them are juniors, seniors. When everybody else was hitting that NIL, doing all this, doing all that, he was developing some of his players. The last couple of years, the Clemson Tigers, they've been up and down. They haven't looked that well. They look good against trash teams, but that's how they make the schedule. But Dabo Sweeney, I give you props, dog. I can foresee y'all doing some damage. I can foresee y'all doing your damn thing. I can foresee y'all really accomplishing great things this year. I really could. But at the same time, who knows what the future holds? But LSU, playoff team. LSU, playoff team. LSU, playoff team. Clemson, playoff team. Ohio State, playoff team. Penn State, playoff team. Notre Dame, playoff team. Speaking of Notre Dame, why are we on a topic? Why not? Notre Dame, they played the University of Miami. And that was probably one of my favorite games to watch. Over this past weekend, there was a lot of good games. Some games that I was annoyed by. UNC, Colorado. But for the most part, when I watched that Notre Dame versus Miami game, it coming down to the last couple drives, Notre Dame, they look good, man. They look good. Notre Dame, of course, they was in the national championship, man. Like Notre Dame, that boy Freeman, he's a hell of a coach, man. He's a hell of a fucking coach. And for them to lose a Miami is going to be a playoff team, man. Miami is going to be a playoff team. Miami will make the playoffs, right? I don't know if it's Miami the U from back in the day, right? But they look good. They look good. Notre Dame, they look good. Notre Dame, they came into the season ranked 6th. Now they're ranked 9th. They played a hell of a fucking game. I wasn't expecting them to get debunked and drop in the rankings like that. And it's a good thing that they didn't, because I can foresee them playing good. But now they got a Texas A&M team coming in. Texas A&M. They got the oil money. They spent a lot of money every single year like they've been doing in the house that Johnny built. They spent a lot of money in NIL. So they got a lot of 5 stars. They got a lot of players who look the part. Notre Dame. You playing Texas A&M in the second game of the season when you should probably have a cupcake game. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be real interesting. But, excuse me. But we will see. We will see. I got Notre Dame making the playoffs this year. I got Notre Dame beating Texas A&M this week. And Freeman and them boys doing what they're supposed to do. Miami, they playing a team called Bethune. Miami, you got a cupcake team this week. And then you got South Florida. And then you play them Gators in a couple weeks. Miami, when you play them Florida Gators, that's when we're going to see what you're really about this year. You look good versus Notre Dame. You look good, Carson Beck. You look good, my guy. But let's see how you do when you play some more good competition. Let's see how you do when you play the Florida Gators. Right? So Miami, my eyes are watching. Are you going to be a top 5 team this year? Will you make the college football playoffs? Yes and yes. I believe Miami, they're that good. I believe Florida State potentially will be that good. It's going to be a lot of good games this college football season, towards the end of the season and right in the middle of the season as well. I looked at some of these team schedules and they plan each other right in the prime time when those games are going to matter, when those games are going to show you who's going to be in the college football playoffs. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be real interesting. Notre Dame, do your thing this week. I got you beating Texas A&M. Freeman, coach them boys up, get them right. Y'all do what y'all do. You do what you got to do. You understand? So, SO to them boys. SO to Marcus Freeman. SO to the U of Miami, who potentially may be coming back. And SO to college football. Hell of a fucking first week. Hell of a first week. Hell of a first week. College football this week. Hell of a first week. Beautiful first week. I love to see it. I love it. Hell of a way to start it off. Now you're going to be getting coverage from me all week. Starting next week. I'm going to try to hit the streamathon. Just like Castanat right now. He going crazy with the streamathon. He living his best life. I'll be up there with you soon, my guy. It's going to take you to crawl before you can walk. I'll be up there with you. You just take some time. You're going to take some time. But regardless, though, y'all. Notre Dame, Miami. Hell of a game. College football. Hell of a first week. Deion Sanders. We're going to see what y'all do week 2. Bill Belichick. We're going to see what you do week 2. Cupcakes are in this week for most college football teams who are expected to be like that this season. That's how you're supposed to do it, you know. Probably have a nice, tough game, or you might use a first game to be a cupcake game, and then one next game be another test game, and then, of course, you go into conference games and conference play. But college football, hell of a first week. Very entertaining. I'm here for it. So, now that we're done with college football talk, baby, NFL Weekly. And the NFL kicks off tomorrow. The NFL season kicks off tomorrow, baby. The NFL is back. Thank you, Lord. The NFL season is back, man. And it feels good to say it. All right. First topic. You know what we got to talk about. Tomas, the first night of NFL football being back. The first night of the 2025-2026 season. And we get the Cowboys versus the Eagles. We get the Cowboys versus the Eagles. After Michael Parsons just got traded. After Dak Prescott got George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb to throw to now. And a decent little running back. And the Eagles just came off a Super Bowl with that boy Jalen Hurts healthy. That offensive line healthy. That boy A.J. Brown healthy. That defense looking nice. Yeah. It's going to get serious out here. NFL talk is here. Cowboys versus Eagles. Coming up tomorrow is a beautiful thing. Also to my mom in the chat. You don't got to comment, Ma. I love you too. Anyway, SO to my mom being in the chat, y'all. SO to my mom being in the chat. Much love. Like I told y'all, hey, my people be showing me love. Everybody, make sure you go ahead, like, subscribe, hit that subscribe button. Mama sending you to see your best friend of another friend, little sister, little Johnny, little Timmy. And don't forget about little Susie who stay down the street. Send this to her too. All right, send this to Miss Ann too. Send this to everybody. All right, don't be selfish. But nah, seriously though, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. You got the Cowboys versus the Eagles tonight. All right. That's gonna be a beautiful thing. I mean, not tonight, tomorrow. Cowboys versus the Eagles tomorrow. That's gonna be a beautiful thing. Hell of a way to kick off the season. I'm very, very ecstatic about it. I'm very interested too to honestly see how the Eagles defense plays against this high-powered Cowboys offense that they got now. Because with CD Lamb and George Pickens, you can't double either one of them. You ain't gonna be able to double CD Lamb like you did, because now they legitimately got a number one who really is a number two, but can be a number one. You feel me? So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna really be a sight to see. I got my money on the Eagles, of course, but don't be surprised if the Cowboys shock some people. Don't be surprised if the Cowboys really get out here and do their thing. Don't be surprised if the Cowboys really come out and look like, hold on, maybe they can compete this year. Hold on, maybe they gonna be all right without Micah. Nah, I'm talking about offensive. Defensively, I don't got no hope for the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys, they're gonna be able to go probably score for score with anybody this season. I think the Cowboys this season, they're gonna be able to really do damage. And with the Cowboys being able to do damage this year, it's gonna come down to Dak Prescott putting the team on his back, Dak Prescott leading that offense, CD Lamb being ready, and George Pickens doing his thing. George Pickens and CD Lamb for the past 3 to 4 years, I believe it is, they have combined for like 7,000 plus yards, and they're the second in the league behind Whittle and Tyreek Hill. Yes, they haven't played on the same team, but if you're looking at the stats, and women lie, men lie, but stats don't lie. You feel me? Once again, women lie, men lie, but stats don't lie. So this is on paper entering the season. Yes, they haven't played on the same team before, but on paper entering the season, these are two very productive wide receivers now playing for the same team. So Dak Prescott, you have no more excuses. Dak Prescott, the excuses are out the window. Dak Prescott, you're going to have to show up and ball, my guy. Because ain't no more Micah. Y'all defense is a little sorry. They paying you a lot of money, Dak. Jerry gonna want you. You gonna go out here and do your thing, Dak. Because if not, Jerry just gonna be running his mouth. Jerry Jones. Let me take another shot at you, because you're really. I should be firing you up every day, my guy, for what you did to your defense and what you did to Dak. Dak said, I didn't even know I didn't even know they was gonna trade Micah, man. Because now we going out here, we don't really got nobody on defense. Nah, y'all got a couple people still on defense. You still got one of the Diggs brothers over there on defense, number 7. You feel me? You still got a linebacker or two who pretty nice over there for the Dallas Cowboys. So, Cowboys, y'all ain't bad, man. Y'all ain't gonna be terrible. Y'all not gonna be terrible. I can see the Cowboys really getting out here and really, competing tomorrow. I can see, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles looking like Jalen Hurts and the Eagles tomorrow. And I can see this being a high scoring game. Because honestly, I don't think the Eagles defense, I really don't think that highly of them. Don't get me wrong. They're like that. They just won a Super Bowl last year. You feel me? So in order to win a Super Bowl, your defense got to be somewhat competent, right? Right. But, we ain't seeing this Dallas Cowboys offense. Because now, Dak got more weapons. Now, Dak's coming into the season fully healthy. Now, Dak, the cards are on. Well, the cards are in your hands. Let's say that. The cards are in your hands, Dak. So what you going to do with it? What you going to do with it? We shall see. We shall see. Once again, if I was a betting man, I'm putting my money on the Eagles. This is going to be a high-scoring game, I feel like. No defense will be present for the Cowboys nor for the goddamn Eagles. But I'm excited. To kick off the season with the Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. And guess what? Football season is back. And yes, you're gonna be getting live coverage from me, boy. I ain't gonna say live. I might just hop on here afterwards. You feel me? I might hop on here afterwards. But anyway, also for all my people just now tuning in, if you want to hear some motivational talk, if you don't want to hear me talk about the NFL, if you only came here for maybe me talking about Deion Sanders and college football and Arch Manning and the NIL and all that stuff, go ahead, revert. Go ahead, rewind. All right, go ahead and go back to the beginning of this video. If you want some gems about how to reset your life and how to build a nice, strong foundation for yourself, if you want some gems, some motivational talk, go ahead, revert, rewind, and go back to the beginning of this video. But if you're here for that NFL talk, if you're here for these NFL gems, stay seated, stay booted, stay ready in those seats, and let's talk. The Steelers versus the Jets. The Steelers versus the Jets. Aaron Rodgers, are you going to get your payback? Aaron Rodgers, you're coming into the season healthy now. Aaron Rodgers, you got some expectations now out there in Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers, did you lose a step? Aaron Rodgers, are you going to show the Jets that they made the wrong decision without bringing it back? Let's see. But on the flip side, Justin Fields, are you going to show the Steelers why they were stupid for letting you go? Justin Fields, are you going to show the other 3 teams that you've been on these last few years, including my Chicago Bears, are you going to show them that they made a mistake? They should have stuck it out with you. Justin Fields, are you going to show us that you're a franchise quarterback? Justin Fields, are you going to get payback on the Pittsburgh Steelers who just let you sit on the bench after you got them off to a hell of a start without that boy Russell Wilson? And then when Russell Wilson got in there and looked like trash, they still let him stay in there and play when they should have gave you a chance. So this week is not the Steelers versus the Jets. It's Aaron Rodgers versus Justin Fields. That's what we tune in for this week. Aaron Rodgers versus Justin Fields. Period, point blank. Who needs this game more? Justin Fields. Aaron Rodgers, he's on his last leg. I think we all expect that. If Aaron Rodgers is at least competent, if Aaron Rodgers is at least maybe half of the player he was, he's going to get the Pittsburgh Steelers to the playoffs. Because that boy Mike Tomlin haven't had a losing season ever. That boy Mike Tomlin will get this team to the playoffs. That boy Mike Tomlin coaches a hell of a fucking defensive team. So if Aaron Rodgers, if he is half of the player he used to be, let me say that again. If Aaron Rodgers is half of the player he used to be, then the Pittsburgh Steelers made the right decision. But on the flip side, Justin Fields, you got a lot of people to prove wrong. Justin Fields, you got a lot riding on you this season, my guy. Justin Fields, are you a franchise quarterback? Are you going to be able to stay with the same team for at least 2 years instead of bouncing around from team to team? You finally got a coach who wanted you. You finally got a team who believes in you. So, Justin, what are you going to do with it? Justin Fields, ain't no more excuses. Justin, I wanted you to stay with us in Chicago. Justin, I believe that you just about to enter your prime. Justin, I believe that this year you're going to prove a lot of people wrong. But Justin, just because I say it, that don't mean shit. I was going to say ish, but I had to say shit because Justin, I'm talking to you, baby. Justin, I need you, baby. Prove these doubters wrong, prove these haters wrong, and kick the goddamn Pittsburgh Steelers ass. Because you know why? I'm still mad at him for not taking Shedeur Sanders. I'm still mad at him for letting you go. I'm still mad at him for not giving you a chance to come in when Russell Wilson lost 5 straight games and looked like garbage. So who needs this game more? Aaron Rodgers or Justin Fields? Justin Fields. You've been on 3 teams in the last couple of years. Aaron Rodgers, yes, you got some stuff to prove. Do you still have it? Was Pittsburgh crazy for waiting and giving you all that time to come to him? Was Pittsburgh really right for not selecting a quarterback and selecting Will Howard in like the 5th or 6th round? So Justin Fields. It's not Justin Fields. Or no, excuse me, hold on. Justin Fields. It's not the Jets versus the Steelers. It's Justin Fields versus Aaron Rodgers. That's what we tune in for. Who's going to prove who right? Is it going to be Aaron Rodgers showing up the Jets and saying, ha, thank you for giving me that money. Thank you for giving me everything I wanted, but I'm over here and I'm good? Or is it going to be Justin Fields? Thank you, Pittsburgh, for letting me go. Thank you, Pittsburgh, for not believing in me. Because guess what? I got this waiting for you. But Justin Fields, you know that defense in Pittsburgh ain't no slouch. You know that. Aaron Rodgers, you know that defense over there with the Jets. That boy Sauce Gardner. That boy Williams on the defensive front. You know them ain't no slouches either. So a game that I'm tuning into that's taking place at 1 o'clock, either Eastern or Central time, I don't know. I got to check. I'm tuning into the Steelers versus Jets game. Because my Chicago Bears, they don't play till Monday night. So guess what? Guess what we going to be doing Monday night? We're going to be sitting here streaming, watching the whole goddamn game, and you're going to be listening to my commentary. So if you want to hear me talk about the Chicago Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings, I'm about to hit on that game here in a short bit. Hold on. Just relax. Just relax. We're going to get there. But if you want to hear me talk live and give you a commentary live and give you my reaction live, come see me Monday night because we're going to have a ball. All right? But moving on. All right? Like I said, if I'm a betting man, Steelers versus Jets. Justin, let's get it. Justin, let's get it. If I'm a betting man, Justin Fields, let's get it. Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm not gonna lie. I think y'all gonna do that. It's gonna be a close game, but I don't think Aaron Rodgers is the same, dog. I don't. But prove me wrong, Aaron, because now you got DK Metcalf. Now you got a couple wide receivers over there. Now you got a coach who just wants you to go out there and hey, just lead us to the playoffs, Aaron. You got one job and one job only. So if the Pittsburgh Steelers, if they lose this game, they're gonna still make the playoffs. I'm not worried about the Pittsburgh Steelers. But if Justin Fields, if he doesn't show up and he looks like the Justin Fields of old, maybe the other 3 teams is right. Guess we'll see. Moving on. Now we got to talk about the NFL, man. Because guess you know what the NFL love? You know what the NFL really love above anything and above everything? That money, them pesos. The NFL, they love their money and they love them pesos, boy. The NFL, hey, they in Brazil with it. They got the Kansas City Chiefs playing the Los Angeles Chargers in Brazil in a game that's called the San Jose game. I don't know how to say it. They play in Brazil though. Just know that, y'all. But I don't know, man. I think that's gonna be a hell of a game because I foresee Harbaugh. He got them Chargers playing serious. The last year the Chargers they had an up and down season, but they got a nice defense over there. Harbaugh's a fucking great coach. You know, he was smart leaving Michigan and coming to the NFL and having a franchise give him everything he wanted and being able to run the franchise how he see fit. And last year, they actually did pretty well. Justin Herbert, I'm expecting a lot of things from you this year, my guy. I don't know. Yeah. Justin Herbert, I'm expecting a lot of things from you this year, my guy. You got paid as a top quarterback in this league, and I don't think you him. I don't think you him, if I'm being honest with you. I got a bone to pick with you, Justin. I don't think you him. Use this as motivation, because I don't think you him. You ain't top 5. You ain't top 10. Show me otherwise. I just want to see it. So this game, Kansas City, they're going to do what they do. Travis Kelce. Boy, you about to get married, boy. Hey, that boy Travis Kelce, hey, he already planned it. Hey, we finna have some babies. I'm about to retire in a couple years, baby. You feel me? Travis Kelce probably got 1 or 2 more years left, and that boy finna ride off into the sunset deuces. That boy Patrick Mahomes, you entering your eighth year? No, goddamn, Patrick Mahomes been in the league that long? Boy, goddamn. Patrick Mahomes, you and the Kansas City Chiefs, of course, y'all don't do what y'all got to do. But I'm interested to see this LA Chargers team. I'm interested to see this LA Chargers team coached by this guy Harbaugh. Because I know Harbaugh going to have them ready. Defensively and offensively. I know Harbaugh going to coach his ass off. And I love that about Harbaugh. But I also know Andy Reid ain't going to play with him. I also know this is the first game of the season. I also know that Patrick Mahomes is on a mission this year. Because he want to hush some more people up. The Kansas City Chiefs, they ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. They just like my Patriots back in the day. They just like my Patriots back in the day, and I say it. Patrick Mahomes is an NFL legend already. But are you going to be legendary this year, Patrick? Or are you going to have a down year? Because it's a lot of good teams in the AFC. It's a lot of great teams in the AFC. So are you going to make another AFC championship game this season? Are you going to prove the doubters wrong? That maybe he's about to fall off a cliff a little bit. Maybe when that boy Travis Kelce retire, he might might fall off a cliff. I'm not saying it. I know you're gonna be Patrick. I know you an NFL legend already. I know you damn near already top 5. But you gotta show me consistency. You've been consistent. You're a winner. So win. But the LA Chargers, Justin Herbert, I want to see something. You got to show me, because I'm not a believer. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to do what the Kansas City Chiefs do this season. They're a dynasty. Period, point blank. They will make the playoffs again this year. They will be in the running for the Super Bowl this year. They will be that good. As long as they got Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, just like when Tom Brady had him and Bill Belichick. Yeah, that's this generation. That's this generation New England Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs. And yes, I said it. And y'all know I'm a Patriots fan to death. Tom Brady. Come on. You know I represent. But anyway, this is going to be a hell of a game. But the NFL, you see they expanding. You see the NFL, they going to Brazil. They going into the Dominican Republic. They going everywhere. They going to the United Kingdom. They going over here and over there. The NFL, boy, they love their bottom line. They finna add an extra game. The NFL about their dollars, boy. They see, hey, the NFL is $1 billion industry for a reason. Now they taking this thing worldwide. They advertising on YouTube. They advertising on Netflix. They doing this and that. The NFL care about their bottom line and that money. That's why they playing this first game in Brazil. That's why they playing on a Friday. And you know they put Kansas City Chiefs playing the LA Chargers in Brazil for a reason. Because they like their money. They knew Kansas City was going to attract everybody, get the eyeballs. They know they this generation's New England Patriots. Come on, man. They about their dollars, and I respect it. Just make sure you give my NFL players lifetime health insurance. Take away that goddamn franchise tag on top of some other things, but we don't got to get into all that. Y'all NFL players, I got y'all back, man. Trust me. Because you can trust me. They wasn't going to get me if I would have. Anyway, another topic for another day. Let's stay on topic. Anyway, moving on. The Bengals versus Browns. The Bengals versus Browns. Hey, I told y'all I told y'all this was coming, man. I told y'all this was coming, right? The Bengals versus the Browns. Playing on not Sunday night, but they playing at like 1 o'clock on Sunday. So it's gonna be a regular game. I'm still gonna be watching the Steelers versus Jets. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I'm gonna tune into this game too. Cause Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe. Not Joe Burrow. I'm talking about the other Sleepy Joe on the other team, on the Browns. That's Sleepy Joe, aka Joe Flacco. You got expectations. Joe Flacco, you got expectations. Shedeur Sanders should be starting. But this isn't a perfect world. He got injured on top of a whole bunch of other things. It'd be like that. But Shedeur Sanders should be starting. Or Dylan Gabriel should be starting. But Sleepy Joe, Joe Flacco, you ain't gonna last that long, dog. And I hate let me knock on wood because I don't want to wish that upon you or anybody. I don't want to wish injury upon anybody. But I want to see Shedeur Sanders play. I want to see Shedeur Sanders get out here and do his thing. I want to see Shedeur Sanders take this thing to heights in Cleveland they ain't seen before. I want them to turn over the reins to a young quarterback. Whether it was Dylan Gabriel starting his first game or Shedeur Sanders starting his first game. But for y'all to just give it to a quarterback who's not even going to fucking be there next season, what are y'all doing, Cleveland? I'm still pissed. I'm still pissed with y'all, bruh. Yes, I am. The Cleveland Browns. Sleepy Joe. Your kids ain't even think you was going to be the starting quarterback. They ain't even believe you when you told them until they saw it on TV. Dad, I guess you weren't lying. Because you wasn't even supposed to be there anyway. You should have got cut. They should be handing over the reins to start the season with a young quarterback, whether they ready or not. But in Cleveland Browns defense, they got a gauntlet. In the Cleveland Browns defense, woo, woo. Do I got to repeat this? I know y'all heard me say it 1,000 times over. They first 6 games. But if you wasn't here, and if you don't remember, let me talk to you then, baby. They played the Bengals in the first game. Then they turn around and they play the Baltimore Ravens. Then they turn around and they play Micah and the Green Bay Packers. Ooh, that just sounds good, don't it? Micah and the Green Bay Packers. I hate Green Bay. But hey, Micah, I'm a fan of you, though. Because when y'all play the Chicago Bears, we're going to stop you. But Micah, I'm a fan of you, though, dog. I like you. Because you stand for something. Stand for something that you'll fall for anything. And Micah, you're still on business, so forever, you got a fan of me. Even though you're playing for that ugly-ass green. Ugh. Anyway, how come we couldn't get them on fucking Bears, man? We could have traded a couple people. Anyway, I ain't even get into all that. But anyway, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Green Bay Packers, the Lions, the Minnesota Vikings, the Steelers, and then the Dolphins. For any young quarterback having to play the Cincinnati Bengals, who's going to be a playoff team this year, guaranteed. The Baltimore Ravens, who's going to be a playoff team, guaranteed in that second game. The Green Bay Packers, who's going to be a playoff team, guaranteed in that third game. The Lions, the Detroit Lions, who was a playoff team last year, but I don't know, the Bears in that whole division in the NFC North with the Chicago Bears, the Green Bay Packers, the Minnesota Vikings. Woo! That's a gauntlet. That is a gauntlet. But I can understand why Cleveland didn't start Shedeur Sanders. I can understand why Cleveland isn't going to start. What's my guy name? I can understand why they ain't going to start Dylan Gabriel. I can understand that. I can really understand why they ain't starting. Because y'all got a hell of a first 5 games, first 6 games damn near. If you include the Miami Dolphins, I think they're going to be pretty good. I think they're going to shock some people because Weddle, Tyreek, and then I really feel like Tua going to come along this year because if not, they're going to get him up out of there. So they're going to be all right. They're going to be all right. But with all that being said, I understand that. I still wanted to see Shador Sanders. I still believe Shador Sanders should be the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns at some point this season. I believe Sleepy Joe gonna start about 0-4 or 0-3. Then they're gonna go to Dylan Gabriel. And Dylan Gabriel won't do that well. And then they're gonna have no other choice but to go to Shador Sanders. Because the noise in the stands is gonna be too loud. As soon as Joe Flacco, Sleepy Joe, throw one incompletion. We want Shador. We want Shador. That's the chance after the first game. It's gonna be there in the stands every game. We want Shador. Sanders. Sanders. That's all you're gonna hear. Expect it. Expect it. Expect it. So, Cleveland, I respect it. I understand. Y'all got a gauntlet. So you're protecting your young quarterbacks. And honestly, you see, they traded Kenny Pickett away. Because they ain't have no other choice. Because yes, he didn't play any preseason games. Yes, he didn't do anything. But you see, they traded him away and not Shador Sanders when they had the opportunity to. Why wouldn't you trade Shador Sanders if y'all really ain't like him like that? That's because he does have talent. That's because he is something special and they can see that. That's why you don't trade Shador Sanders when you had the chance to trade him. Could have put him on the waiver wire. Shador has proved himself to those Cleveland Browns, whether they want to say it or not. So Shador Sanders will see the playing field this year. Because with that gauntlet, Joe Flacco, he's 40 plus. Anything can happen. Dylan Gabriel, I want to see you versus some dogs. Shador Sanders, I want to see you versus some dogs. Because I know what you're going to show. Dylan Gabriel is up in the air. But Shador, I know what you're going to show. You cut from that cloth. I want to see Shador Sanders. So we're going to see. We're going to see Cleveland. The Bengals, take care of business versus Cleveland this first game. That defense, oh my goodness. But Cleveland, that's another reason. Hold on, before I even talk about the Bengals defense, the Bengals got a nice defense, but you know the Bengals, they all their money on offense with T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, that boy Joe Burrow. And they got oh my goodness, boy. They finna light it up. But on top of that, the Cleveland Browns, their defense ain't no slouches. My bad, y'all. I got my crown on right now and it's flowing. All right. Excuse my fuzzies, all right. They a little bit airwell. Uh-oh. Anyway. Anyway, regardless, man. Shador Sanders. I wish you were starting because you would have gave this team more hope. You would have gave this team more hope and they would have believed a little bit more. Because they got a hell of a fucking defense in Myles Garrett. In that defensive line, and Mason Graham. And that boy, that's a Chicago product. And Greg Newsome, who I played with and played against. That's another story for another. That's other Greg, boy. I hope you're doing your thing still out there in Cleveland, though. But yeah, just throwing that in there, you know. Yeah, I played with a nice amount of NFL players. Regardless, they got a nice defense in Cleveland. So they ain't going to get dog walked. I'm not saying that. But I don't know how that offense is going to look. I don't. And I would have a lot more confidence in them if it was Shador Sanders back there. Yes, he hasn't proved anything. Yes, he's a rookie. But I will have a lot more confidence if it was him. Maybe even this much if it was even Dylan Gabriel. But Sleepy Joe, after what you did in Indy last year, because the NFL is a business with what you have done for me lately. Yes, Joe, you won comeback player of the year 2 years ago. Who cares? What did you do last year? Mic drop. Last two topics before I move on. Chicago Bears playing Monday night. We're going to touch on this Monday night. All right. Chicago Bears playing the Minnesota Vikings. It's going to be a hell of a game, divisional game, right off the bat. I fucking love it. JJ McCarthy, we want to see what you got, young bull. Caleb Williams, we want to see what you got, young bull, in year 2. You got the weapons now on offense. And Ndumze, and DJ Moore, and Swift in the backfield. Caleb Williams, I'm expecting you to be an MVP candidate this year. Show me. I believe in you, dog. I believe in you, Caleb. But you gotta show me. You gotta show me. The Minnesota Vikings. Y'all got a nice defense. Y'all got weapons on offense. JJ McCarthy, you didn't play all last season, so there's going to be some jitters. You might come out for a little slow. And I'm interested to see if you really him, because they talking about you like you're hip. But we ain't seen you. We ain't seen you. Even when I saw you at Michigan, you was only high. You wasn't that good. Being honest. There's a lot of hype around you. Make me a believer. Make me a believer, JJ. Make me a believer. So, with that being said, the Chicago Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings. You know I got my money on that. Billionaires. And Monday, we're going to be streaming. We're going to be living our best life. Can't wait for it. Looking forward to it. Y'all say too. I was going to touch a lot more about these two teams, but we're going to talk a lot about them on Monday when I'm live streaming. And then, of course, talk about some of the NFL games that happen on Sunday and things of that nature. So make sure, once again, make sure y'all come back and tune in next week. All right? Because Monday night going to be fucking fun. Bring your popcorn. Bring some snacks. Bring a little drink or two, even though I don't drink. H2O. But make sure you come and you come ready, because we're going to have some fun. After this, yes, this is a cigar right here. Cohibas, that's all I smoke. I smoke cigars. I don't smoke anything else. I don't do drugs. We don't drink. We don't do none of that. So, yes, I'm preparing my cigar that I'm about to smoke as soon as we get up off of here. So I will be smoking it in here, but at where I'm at right now, we won't do that. We won't do that. You know, I told y'all I'm on the move. Can't let you know where I'm at. Just know we on the move, baby. And I'm getting it in with you. I love you. I appreciate you. But last topic of the day, we got 2 playoff teams going at it here soon. 2 playoff teams going at it. 2 playoff teams going at it. And the Baltimore Ravens and the Bills. Can't wait. Can't wait. My bad, y'all. I'm cutting my cigar. Dang there. Made a little bit of a mess. I had to cut it twice. Over here trying to talk and, multitask a little bit. But I'm trying to make sure my cigar ready to go. Anyway. Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills. 2 playoff teams. This is going to be a hell of a fucking game. Hell of a game. Deshaun. I was going to say Deshaun. Lamar Jackson. There's a lot riding on you this year, my guy. Josh Allen. It's a lot riding on you this year, my guy. Are y'all going to be able to get over the hump? Are you going to be able to go get the job done? Are either one of y'all going to be able to make it to a Super Bowl? Are either one of y'all or either of y'all going to be able to stop Patrick Mahomes from reaching another Super Bowl? Or stop Patrick Mahomes from reaching another AFC Championship game? Which one of y'all is it going to be? Which one? Lamar Jackson. Is this going to be the year? Because you got weapons over there in Baltimore. You got a hell of a fucking defense over there, too. Lamar Jackson, what are you going to do? Lamar. You got MVPs. You got the weapons. So guess what that means for you? It's either now or never. Guess what that means for you? Ain't no more excuses. Be hungry. We don't care about MVPs no more. We want that Super Bowl MVP. We want to hold up that Lombardi. Lamar. Because I wanted you to do it last year. But we ain't got to talk about last year. We talk about this year. So come out here versus Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, the Bills Mafia, and do what the hell you got to do. Put a stamp on how the season going to go. Josh Allen, you won MVP last year. Got expectations now. You got paid too. You've been paid. So with you winning MVP, getting paid, getting your money, what you gonna do now? What you gonna do? Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, y'all got the most to prove this year. Y'all two of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. Y'all both are NFL MVPs now. What excuses do you have for not reaching a Super Bowl now? You got the weapons. You've been named the best player in the league by your peers multiple seasons, Lamar. One season last year, Josh. You've been in the running before that for MVP. What are your excuses now? Because that boy Patrick Mahomes ain't going nowhere. That boy Joe Burrow, he'd made it to a Super Bowl. Even though they didn't make the playoffs last year. It was up and down season. But what are y'all going to do now? Y'all both got the same expectations for this year. Super Bowl or bust. We don't care about no goddamn MVPs. We don't care what you did last year or the year before that. So Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, what are you going to do now? The eyes are on you. Lamar, how you going to start off this season? What are the expectations? We know you're ready for the playoffs already. We know what you're going to do during the regular season. But once again, I don't care about the regular season. What are you going to do when it's time for the playoffs? Are you going to get over the hump? Josh Allen, are you going to get over the hump? Or are y'all going to let Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes continue to create their dynasty and run this generation and run the 2020s? Yes, we shall see. Right? So Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, one of y'all better get over the hump this year. I'm talking bad about both of y'all for the rest of y'all careers. And I'm putting that Patrick Mahomes boy, just like I put Tommy Tom on a pedestal, put him on a pedestal. Or don't let Joe Burrow get to another Super Bowl. Because this time he gonna win it. That boy like that. Hopefully he can stay injury free this year. Because for him, it ain't no goddamn excuses either. Your team didn't even make the playoffs last year. So really, I should be on your head top, Joe. Joe Burrow. Cool, Joe. I should be on your head top. But you made it to a Super Bowl, young boy. Let's see if you can get an MVP behind you this year and make it to a Super Bowl. I got those kind of expectations for you, Joe Burrow. You got T. Higgins. You got Jamar. Got a nice little defense over there somewhat. Got some pieces. So what you gonna do, what you gonna do, Joe? What you gonna do, Lamar? Because Patrick Mahomes, his legacy is damn near already cemented. But he gonna add more to it. Y'all gonna let them continue to go on with the dynasty talk? Or are y'all gonna, you feel me? Get right. And do what y'all gotta do. Knock him out first round, second round. And let us only be talking about Lamar Jackson. Let us only be talking about Josh Allen. Let us only be talking about Joe Burrow. We shall see. Because that boy Jalen Hurts, he got him a Super Bowl ring. And he, same age as y'all. That boy Joe Burrow, he made it to a Super Bowl. So, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, What you gonna do now? Because the ads are on. And trust me, I'm watching. All right, y'all. Without further ado, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I had a blast. We talked a ton of sports today. Gave y'all even a little bit of motivational talk. Man, it's a beautiful thing. Anytime I can hop on here and talk to y'all, man. I love you. I miss you. Make sure you send them to see your mama, your daddy, your brother, friend of another friend, sister, little Johnny, and little Timmy, and little Susie. And don't forget about little Johnny who stay up the street. Make sure you send this to everybody. I love you. I appreciate you. And I wish you nothing but the best. Remember, reset and reload as many times as you need to. Once again, reset and reload as many times as you need to. And make sure you're building that foundation so that way you can stand on it when it's time. And you can always get back started once you got that foundation built. So, with that being said, college football talk, we'll be back at it this weekend. NFL talk, we might just be back at it tomorrow. The NFL season is upon us. College football season is upon us. Man, what a time to be alive. Thank you, God. Thank you, Lord. I love you. I appreciate you. Make sure y'all living your best lives. It's been a beautiful, beautiful night hanging out with y'all, spending this time with y'all. I wish y'all nothing but the best. Continue to grind, continue to work for the things that you want in this life. And guess what? We're going to be back. So without further ado, once again, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you make sure that you come back again and get these gems. You feel me? Hope you enjoyed this gems packed episode today. Much love to y'all. Hey, I love you. I appreciate you. Stay beautiful, my beautiful people. And guess what? Mr. Wilson! Mr. Wilson! We out. Deuces. Love you and appreciate you. See you soon.